Audio's working. Test, 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 test. Do you think I should do the unemployed robe look, or is that too dramatic?
You're not wearing the robe.
I know. Now I'm going to change.
Oh, look how cute.
Do I look good?
You look great.
All right. I don't know where I'm going to start when I just feel like everyone's going to be so shocked.
Just speak from your heart, you know?
Hey everyone, Freddie Smith here. So, the title kind of says it all. Chandler and I were released from our contracts. So we will not be filming any more episodes after this week. Well, depending on schedule in the next couple weeks. So I guess I'm just going to kind of share so far like what happened, what we know, what's going on. And then Chandler's actually going to be coming over tomorrow. I don't know when this is actually going to be released, but we work tomorrow. After our scenes, he's going to come over and we're just going to talk about it on the podcast. So we'll get into all the finer details during the podcast, but I just kind of wanted to let everyone know, kind of rip the Band-Aid off, if you will, with this video. And essentially what happened, we came back. So we had that big, 2.5 month or 9 week break. And I was under the impression, I knew this going back, that I was coming back for 6 episodes and that contracts hadn't been signed yet. So I said, well, great. There's a lot of things going on over there. A lot of things are up in the air. And I was like, great, I'm coming back for 6 episodes. We kind of hit people up in the DM on the show. And Chandler and I were trying to figure out were we the only 2 coming back for 6, or are there other people just coming back for 6? And once we kind of got confirmation that other people were coming back for 6 episodes, we go, oh, okay, we're not going to be written off. But as the script started coming in, we started talking more, and I was like, man, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like we're going to be signed on to a contract, but we're like, there's no way we're going to be let go. And without giving it away, I can't, I obviously can't give away the spoilers. So, do we leave by being killed off, or one of us, or do we just leave town, or are we together, or are we separate? I can't, I can't give you the answer. But what I will say is that our last day is going to be September 18th, 2020 is going to be the last episode that Wilson airs. And so as we were reading these scripts, it didn't look good. The more and more we kept reading toward the 6th episode that we were guaranteed coming back, it was just kind of like, I don't know if this is going to be temporary or what's going to go on. So Chandler and I actually found out, I'm making this video about 8 days after we found out. So I've had time to process. For those of you who have been following this story for all these years, I know that this is probably a huge shock. And believe me, we went through an emotional roller coaster over the past 8 days of really taking everything into consideration. And like I said, we'll dive more into the details of what happened on the podcast and how it all kind of went down. But it was not our choice. Chandler and I were looking forward to staying on and signing a contract and keep the storyline going. But at the same time, now that I've had time to process the whole thing, I do understand that there's a lot happening with Days of Our Lives. I know that the past 3 years, really for as long as we've really known, for the past even 5 or 6 years, it seems like every year we don't know if we're going to get picked up, and there's big things that happen. And this year, with talks of streaming services and talks of there's so much going on. I have no idea on the upper levels of what's really happening. So I can only imagine that there was a big board of 35 actors, our headshots or something, and they were like, look, we got to cut some people. So who's it going to be? And, it landed on me and Chandler. I would like to say, and for those of you who've been watching the show, that whether someone's dead, alive, leaves, no matter what happens, there's ways for people to come back. So Is the door closed forever? I don't think so, but just the way that things are feeling, I also don't want to give everyone like a false sense of hope that we are coming back. I'd be super surprised if we don't have at least 6 months off before something may happen. But things could always change. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's just a small little couple weeks or couple months. It really kind of feels almost a little more definite than that. On a personal level, you know, I just kind of want to be honest because that's what we do. There's a lot of things that I want to do personally, and over these 9 years, and especially the past 3, I don't know what has happened the past 3 years, but the overwhelming, we've always had support and love, but Wilson became something that is in stone forever. We are in stone forever as this couple, as a same-sex couple who told this amazing storyline. And we started at a time when it wasn't as progressive or mainstream, if that's the right way I can say this. In 2011, for Days of Our Lives, hats off for taking that risk and telling an important love story. And I'm just really happy to be a part of it. We're going to go down in history. There's something magical that really happened these past 3 years that just brought Wilson into the, we are just a power couple that's going to always be part of that show. With that responsibility and accountability to the fans, like I feel like a responsibility and accountability to the fans who supported our storyline all these years, because if it wasn't well received, I don't think we would have made it this long. It's because of all of you fans that Wilson has made it this far, and it allowed me and Chandler and Guy Wilson during his couple years there, it allowed these characters to explore and have layers and really find a place in all of your hearts. So I just feel this responsibility that we had to continue the storyline for the fans. Also, on a personal note, I enjoy employment. It's really nice to have a job. So on the level of the responsibility I felt to the fans, and on the side of the having an income, were two very important things for me that was essentially making my decision moving forward, that if I was asked this week or last week to sign a contract for a year, I would have. But I also think that I've put in about 900 episodes. I've put in around 9 years, and we've done something special. And I don't know if I could have walked away voluntarily because of, like I said, the accountability I feel to this character and that paycheck. I never wanted to look back and go, should I have stayed, or, this and that, and have to deal with that back and forth, because I don't know what the next 3 to 12 months to 36 months holds for me. But I do have confidence in myself in moving forward with my career. I'm looking at this phase of my life as just something beautiful. I have nothing but good feelings about. I grew up. I started Days of Our Lives as a child, and I feel I grew into a man over these 9 years. And Days was there during the most growth and transformation of a human being that I had in 9 years. I mean, I wasn't even dating Alyssa when I started. Just everything that has happened over 9 years happened in that set. And the actor that I became, the people that I met, was just incredible. So it's always going to be something that I look back on, but it also has given me the tools to now move forward with other projects that I've been wanting to do. And I just never wanted to sacrifice my work, because I always like to be professional, and because I have a contract with Days, and that was my job, and that was my income, and that was my responsibility. I never wanted to put too much on my plate that would jeopardize my work over there. But now that that's coming to an end, it's going to open up a little more time for me to explore, to be creative. And I'm making this video 8 days later. I almost made it the first day, and I'm happy I didn't, because I was in a different mindset then. And I'm really happy that I've kind of had time to sleep on it for a week. And now I'm really, though it's sad, I know, for the fans, but as personally, I am excited about the next chapter. If they call back in 6 months, will we go back if it's a year? I'm open to it. But like I said, I'm not banking on that. I kind of want this to be, this is kind of it. I really want to just look at this as something that allowed me to grow, and now I'm moving on to something else. And me and Chandler are going to dive more into that in our podcast tomorrow. But I just wanted to let you all know just how much I appreciate you. Your support is what allowed us to build the chemistry that Chandler and I built. Your support is what allowed us to tell this love story and for days to try the love triangle, to try breaking us up and putting us back together, and everyone's rooting. Even what's airing now, people are rooting for us to get back together. Your support allowed us to explore, and your support allowed us to go down in history as one of the power couples on Days of Our Lives, which is already a historical show. So I can't thank you enough for your support. I can't thank you enough. I mean, you all mean the world to me. And this is something amazing that we've created. And I just want to continue to put out content. I want to continue to share my journey with you. And I'm so excited to have Chandler on tomorrow so we can really, really dive into what this last week has looked like on set. Conversations with other castmates, kind of how the whole thing went down. And so, tune into that. That should be coming out in a couple days, or if you're watching this later, it's probably already out. But I just wanted to kind of rip the Band-Aid off so that the information first, and then when you tune in to watch Chandler and I talk about it, you're not in total shock, but you're able to at least process it from this video and then really be able to get some insight. And I don't want it to be a downer video. Though it's sad and shocking, I want to celebrate what we've created. I want to talk about the good times with Chandler. I want to talk about our future. And that's what I want to focus on. I want you all to come and celebrate with us. And then we're going to keep you posted with everything. Like I said, I didn't really know what I was going to say in this video. Now that it's like I know this is going out to everybody, I don't know. I just feel weird. Like it's not real yet. And I'm still processing. So thank you for listening to me kind of just talk this out in my head. I appreciate you very much. So, I just love you. Thank you. And I'm excited to hear your feedback. And I'm excited to hear your feedback on the podcast that we're going to film as well. And let's all celebrate together because Wilson has done something incredible and it's all thanks to you. So thank you all very, very much. And I'll talk to you soon.